Do you want to see me get really annoyed about other YouTubers? Stick around for the most mind-blowing video I have ever made. Hi, I'm Andrew Bossum of the Andrew Bossum YouTube channel, and in this video I will be talking in excruciating detail about one of my inconsequential gripes. During the course of this video I'll be ranting on about the poor quality of the tips that I've seen other YouTubers give, and then I'll wonder how come they get to be more successful than me. Be sure to stick around until the end when I'll continue talking for a while and then I'll stop. Do you recognize this? If so, it's not surprising. It's a very common technique taught by people who reckon they've got YouTube all figured out and want to share their wisdom with the rest of the world. From time to time, I think it's good to look around for interesting tips on how to improve my performance on the grounds that you never stop learning. Trouble is, it seems that there's an awful lot of people who try their hand at teaching when they've barely begun to learn. According to them, you can't have a 5-minute video without a 3-minute introduction. It's not enough that somebody has seen the thumbnail, read the title, and clicked on it in order to watch the video. No, you have to explain to them what the video that they're watching is. One guy I watched has an intro that goes like this. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to get 1 million views on YouTube, and I'm going to start right now. Oh cool, no fuss, no delay, just dive straight in. So, how do I get 1 million views on YouTube? I'm Dwight McNally Jr. from YouTube Success Are Us, and if you enjoy this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. Well, I guess we have different ideas about what now means, but that's the kind of thing that tends to happen if you script without thinking. Oh, but do you know what the most common piece of advice for scripting is? At least from what I've seen so far, it seems to be don't bother scripting. The ones I've seen all seem to think that it's a waste of time actually writing a script. Instead, they say you should write bullet points and then improvise, which is great advice if you have improvisational skills. The trouble is that a lot of these people do not have improvisational skills. But not to worry, you can have jump cuts to remove all the hesitations and other stuff from your footage and nobody will notice. But that's just not enough. One young lady in particular was really bad at this. She kept repeating herself, saying the same thing over and over again, repeating herself and saying the same thing multiple times in a repetitious manner. Also, her sentences were, if I may be permitted to make such an observation, unnecessarily convoluted and extremely verbose, far more than is, in my personal opinion, strictly necessary, and often formulated in such a way as to leave you in serious doubt as to whether you would make it to the end of the sentence still fully conscious. Honestly, it took her 10 minutes to say something that I could have said in about 90 seconds. But then maybe that was deliberate. After all, a YouTube video has to be at least 8 minutes long before you can... Are you an EU member state? Do you feel pushed around by everybody else? Is your own right wing giving you problems? Try new Brexit in a box.
Always consult your legal advisor before using Brexit in a box. Possible side effects include political instability, frequent elections, severe loss of GDP, reduction in bargaining power, loss of credibility abroad, difficulty in obtaining trade deals, internal customs borders, dissolution, and Nigel Farage.
Enable mid-roll ads for more of that lovely advertising revenue. So how come, I wonder, does her channel have 250,000 subscribers, while my own main channel just about manages 1/10 of that number? It can't all be down to the fact that she's young and attractive and I'm not. Well, the answer came in one of her other videos in which, eventually, she explained her secret. Are you ready for this? What you have to do, she says, is to go to the trending tab on YouTube and look for a recently uploaded and popular video on a subject that you might be able to justify shoehorning onto your own channel. And then you write down all the important words from the title and the description, and you even use a special service to extract the tags, which YouTube keeps hidden for a reason. Now use that to write your own title, description and tags and make a video based around that. Then your video will be recommended to people who have watched the original and bingo. In other words, Don't bother trying to be creative or entertaining. Don't bother trying to come up with your own ideas. Don't bother wasting time on scripting and rehearsing. None of that matters. Just game the system by chasing the keywords. Look, it's one thing to take note of what people want to know about and make videos on those subjects, but to deliberately spam people's recommendations with tedious crap, as we say in the UK, okay, you can accuse me of sour grapes if you like, but for now I think this would be a good point to stop talking.